My name is Alistair Lee. In this short video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to edit your pages in AEM Communities. To do that, I'm going to log into AEM Communities using the credentials of a content manager, Andrew Schaefer. Now, Andrew is not an administrator, but he does have the privileges to be able to modify the existing sites. So as I've logged into Adobe Experience Manager, I'm going to scroll down to Communities and then click on Sites to see all of the different sites that are currently being managed by AEM Communities. In this case, Andrew is going to edit this Geometrics Communities site. So he's going to click on the pencil icon to open that up in a browser. And this opens up the community site. I can access any of the different pages, the forums, the file libraries. In this case, though, we've got a page that is completely blank. So I'm just going to make sure I'm in preview mode so I can navigate the site, go to this blank page, and then change back to edit mode so that I can start editing this page. Now we're using Adobe Experience Manager here, and so we've got access to a lot of the different authoring tools. For example, I can open up a sidebar that shows me all of the different assets that are available in my shared digital asset library, as well as all of the components that I can use to start editing this page. And it's as easy as literally dragging and dropping these different components onto the page. So dragging an image component onto the page there, as well as maybe a text component. With AEM 6.1, I've got inline editing, so I can edit this text simply by clicking on the pencil icon and adding a message. Welcome to our community, for example. And for the image component, I could certainly upload something from my desktop, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I've got access to all of my digital assets here and scroll down to find something that will work for this community. For example, this picture of Nathan, one of our community members. So I'm going to drag that right into the image component. Now I've got not only access to add these different components, but because we're using the power of Adobe Experience Manager, I can also edit the layouting. So if I go to the Edit menu and change that to layouting, I can decide how much of the screen I want these components to take up. So for example, this image doesn't need to take up the full width of somebody's desktop. I'm going to modify that to about 50% of somebody's desktop. I'll do the same thing with the text so that it will flow beside the image rather than underneath it. So I've got my image on the left and my text flowing to the right. And that looks great on the desktop, but one of the new items I've got access to is how this will look with different devices. In other words, how we can make our design responsive. So I can take a look at this from the iPad's perspective or an iPhone 6, but let's take a look at the iPhone 5. And you'll see that this actual layout's not working very well with the 50-50 split. And so I can use these responsive design tools to make some changes. For example, for the smaller screen sizes, I can set this text to flow down to the bottom, and I'll edit the image component to take up the full size of the screen. So this is how it will look on a small device. I can choose the desktop to see how it will look on a larger device. And that's how easy it is to edit your pages for responsive design using AEM Communities. Thanks for your time.